Today, we're headed to the ocean to meet a very special species of fish that poops out beaches and sleeps in goop. Hello, welcome to another episode of Sketchbook Biology. This episode's main character is the parrotfish, a colorful reef-dwelling fish named for their beak-like teeth. Parrotfish are very important janitors. They play a huge ecological role in cleaning coral reefs by scraping off algae and polyps that smother the corals, as well as recycling some of that coral. There's about 90 species of parrotfish that we know about, and while all parrotfish can do the scraping of algae, not all of them can do the coral chomping thing. Those that do have quite the set of chompers, about 8,000 teeth arranged in 15 rows and fused into a tough beak-like structure. These teeth are also made of the second hardest biomineral in the world, fluorapatite, a substance made of calcium, fluorine, phosphorus, and oxygen. It is harder than copper, silver, and gold. Okay, listen, those metals aren't that strong, but 1 square inch of parrotfish teeth can take about 530 tons of pressure before cracking. That's about 70 African elephants for those who measure in elephants. Parrotfish teeth are also kind of like shark teeth. If one row of teeth gets worn down and falls off, another row of teeth is ready to go. And with these insanely strong chompers, parrotfish eat a lot of coral. Annually, a bumphead parrotfish, which is the largest parrotfish in the world, can go through about 4.48 to 5.69 tons of coral. Apparently, people who go out snorkeling report that you can hear parrotfish nibbling on the coral pretty clearly, like a bit of white noise. Unsurprisingly, a lot of that coral goes undigested. So annually, out comes about 4.8 tons of sand from a bumphead parrotfish's butt. This part is also important because scientists estimate that up to 70% of the sand on white sandy beaches in the Caribbean and Hawaii has at one point traveled through the length of a parrotfish. As any well-adjusted male human being that has made his way through many all-you-can-eat buffets would do after finding out a fish that has gigantic bowel movements, I looked up whether I could match this accomplishment. Without going into all the math, sadly, at about 145 kilograms of dookie per annum, there is no way I can even come close to matching the yearly output of one of these sand poopers in my lifetime, even with laxatives. I apologize for that tangent, it was for the boys. Let's get back to the parrotfish. Another cool thing about these fish is that almost all parrotfish are born female. A few of them are born male right away, but that's pretty rare. Usually, young males school with other females for a few years until they're fully grown. Then, the biggest female in the group will switch sexes and become a male. This change is also accompanied by an incredible change in scale color. The darker monochromatic female coloration transforms into a more vibrant, colorful pattern, characteristic of males. Parrotfish reproduce by gathering in big groups where everyone releases eggs and sperm into the water, and the eggs drift off, fertilized, to start life on the reef. The newly male parrotfish will take on the responsibility of fertilizing eggs in his old school, basically turning it into his own harem. Oh, and this sex change isn't even permanent. If needed, those males can switch back to being female again. Maybe the most relatable thing about parrotfish is that we both need about 10 hours of undisturbed sleep. This is not common for fish, and it is extremely unsafe to be out in the open exposed to predators for that long. But parrotfish are not built like other fish. While some parrotfish like to wedge themselves deep inside coral crevices for safety, others are way more relaxed about it. and just float out in the open, sometimes even several meters above the reef floor. That might sound a little risky, but being out in the open actually lets them spot predators early and make a quick escape. Then there's this other thing they do. Some parrotfish almost always cover themselves up in a slimy cocoon made from mucus secreted from special glands in their gills. And these cocoons can take about an hour to complete. They also contain some toxins that make them less tasty to predators, and it also helps trap and block parasites that come out at night. Some researchers even think that cocoons hide the fish's scent from predators. And this mucus isn't just for sleeping. In the morning, parrotfish can use it while feeding too. Since they scrape algae straight from rocks and coral, they end up swallowing bits of hard substrate. The mucus helps bind all that grit together so it doesn't wreck their digestive systems. Something we haven't touched on yet is the fact that maybe all that beak scraping does kill a bit of the coral here and there. Some ecologists worry that if parrotfish numbers get too high, they might do more harm than good, especially when these days oceans are already experiencing the effects of global warming. But overall, scientists do agree, at least for now, these fish are a net positive for the reefs, stopping the algae from smothering the corals and turning the reefs into a murky mess. And that is where we will leave this little odd but exceptional fish. A special thank you to all the scientists, grad students, undergrads, research technicians, and anyone else that spent way too long in the ocean to produce and share their parrotfish research. And thank you for being here. If you're celebrating your birthday today, a very happy birthday to you. And if you're not in the mood to celebrate anything, I wish for you a nice sunny day at the beach. But if you're just out there thinking it's been just too long since you've had some good fish and chips, please like and subscribe. I'll see you again soon. Peace.